Well, hey, howdy, welcome back.
We're back for more crime.
It is indeed crime time, and I do enjoy doing crimes in the video game. And one day later, just one little day, my inbox started blowing up. Job after job, caper after caper, ripe for the stealing. Powerful supervillains sliding into my DMs. Looks like I shook the right hands and kissed the right cheeks at that party. We are so in right now.
Wait, you were kissing people? What kind of a party was this?
Metaphorical kissing, anyway. I've got offers now from Dr. Mayhem, the Overmistress, and Hate 4000. But there's a caveat. The app says 3 free caper matchups remaining. We can only pull up 3 jobs before we gotta go premium. That's the real steal here.
And the premium account service costs?
A lot, like more than I've ever seen in one place at one time.
Well, maybe crime will pay in the end.
Possibly. Let's not assume that. Let's assume I'm only gonna pull 3 through capers through Crimer, though, and that's it. That's the case. Who should we work for?
Okay, well, if you can only do 3 capers, there's 3 combinations to consider. You can do 3 capers for the same boss. If you show dedication and loyalty to one of them, once your Crimer account expires, maybe you can keep working for them permanently.
Gainful employment. Woo-hoo! And that'll let me get nice and close with one of them, like cozy, comfy close.
Penny, your love life is not our primary concern.
I feel like I just need to jump in and remind people that this is a dating sim as well. We'll have to have secondary concerns. Let me have my fun.
Or you could do 2 capers for a particular boss and 1 caper for someone else. That shows some loyalty but hedges your bets, right?
Not great for forging a romance, but if I don't care about that, it could split my attention. Win me a loyal friend and possible long-term employment. Both are pretty sweet.
Lastly, do 1 job for each boss. 3 different villains on good terms with us could be darn handy moving forward.
Yeah, I could get a little casual FaceTime with all 3. Good for my own personal goals instead of theirs. There's a lot of options on the table. You have any preferences there, Gib?
I'm just here to support you, Penny. You make the call. I'll trust you'll get us where we need to be. Good luck on your first caper. I've got a scheduled raid with my guild to attend. Shadow Lord, Hellclaw the Nightmare Bringer will feast on souls tonight, earn some DKP, and get that super awesome rare drop.
I like that our cat does raids. Good for you. Good for you. Get you a cat that does raids. All right, so focus on 1 boss, work with 2 of them. That'll get me more tangled in their personal schemes. Or work for all 3 so I can focus on my own future ideas. No matter what, decide to, in the long run, I need to start somewhere. What caper do I want to try first? Okay, so it seems like the game is giving you the so you get 3 capers. Right, and then you can choose how deep you want to go. Starting off from the beginning, I feel really good about doing at least 1 for Dr. Mayhem.
All right, let's do it.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
There's options. Oh, interesting.
What? Can only be our 3rd caper. Oh, and different... Okay, and some bosses require different capers. Okay. Steal a recipe from a multinational candy company. Loot a secret cache from an online store's warehouse. Honestly, that sounds fun.
Fair enough.
Let's do that one. Okay, and also, so like, also some of the bosses can have overlap in what capers they... Okay. I see how this is working now. After accepting the job in Crimer, I've given an address in the basement of a disused and partially collapsed industrial building. Nothing shocking there. Masks usually hole up in abandoned spaces just like me. Picking my way through the remains of the structure, I prepare to enter the lair of mad science. Which honestly isn't all that mad. It's about as good as a zero-budget scientist can cobble together. Made an effort at cleaning, but there's only so much one person can do by themselves, and the equipment all looks decently maintained. Hopefully this reminds me of my own apartment. Making do with what you got. Hey, Isaac, you in? I'm here and ready to crime it up. But the good doctor is distracted by a tiny Bluetooth earpiece and a phone in hand. What the hell, Robbie? We had an agreement. We can do a double-blind review. They don't need to know who wrote the paper, just that... Oh, come on, my writing style isn't that obvious. Who's gonna know? blacklisted? I'm blacklisted from scientific review journals? Who gets blacklisted from some boring quarterly? You know damn well the whole incident was faked. I didn't plagiarize anything. That is not who I am. Ravi, look, I need this. Peer review and publication is the only way to legitimize my research. I can't get grants until I get my foot back in the door, Ravi, man. You gotta do this for me. Lives are at stake. Oh, well, fuck you then. I don't need you. I can do this myself. I am Dr. fucking Mayhem, and you'll rule the day you crossed me. And he spikes his expensive smartphone straight into the concrete floor. Fuck. Oh. I was just ad-libbing a fuck, but it does look like... Fuck. What's up, Doc? He finally turns to face me, sighing in disappointment. Would you... I didn't realize I was signing up for a whole bunch of one-on-one. Do you want to be Dr. Mayhem so I'm not talking to myself the whole time?
Sure.
All right.
Just digging my grave a bit deeper, I guess, and using phrases like rue the day, and now I need to buy a new phone.
You're a mask. You don't buy a phone, you steal a phone.
Yeah, but I've got a really good data plan with movie streaming services included. I can't steal the airwaves.
Are you on Have you been watching Dropout? Best subscription service I've ever signed up for. Sure you can. My partner Gibson cooks you up a burner SAM card and you're good to go.
I'm still trying to get back to my real life, Penny. That means having a legit phone number from which to plead my case. But considering Plan A just collapsed on me, I guess I'm stuck with Plan B.
I'm Plan B, aren't I?
Yeah. Sorry. I was hoping I could avoid it by getting my work published and officially recognized, a road back home, but that's not looking likely. And, well, that means I'm screwed. This isn't what I wanted from my life, and I'm trying to get out from under it, but I don't know how.
Isaac's still thinking like a civvy. There are options he hasn't considered, right? Self-published, Yes, self-publishing your radical science online has always been... I think the problem is that to do the kind of science Isaac really wants to do requires... It's not just the approval of academia, it's the process of academia that says this has been double-checked and vetted, right? It's not just like I'm posting weird shit online or whatever. It's like people have looked at my process and given it the approval.
Even so, lots of stuff is self-published. It's not unheard of. It's not...
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with preprints and so on and online spaces where folks are moving faster than the cycles of peer review and...
Well,
like,
maybe I don't know what I'm talking about then. So should we say try to self-publish? Or mask-based medical journal? What is is there a reputable medical journal for supervillains? Sure, we're all evil, but that doesn't mean we don't have standards. Any trustworthy allies from his old civil... I'm guessing that phone call was...
That's what that phone call was.
Yeah, so...
Why not just self-publish?
Yeah. Hey, crusty old academic journals. Who needs them, right? It's the 21st century. Blaze your own path. Want to give your research away for free, don't you? Sounds like a job for the information superhighway. Start a website.
I mean, that's the end goal, yes, but there's a reason the old processes exist. What I need is peer review. My findings have to be independently verified and validated. And once reviewed, getting them published in a prestigious journal, that also adds to their weight. People will take me seriously.
Right, okay, yeah.
But since I got drummed out of the industry and turned into an outlaw, I'm radioactive. No one will review or publish me.
You're breathing in the chemicals?
I'm breathing in the chemicals.
Oh, so like a blog template ain't gonna cut it, huh?
Nope. I'm a scientist. We have to collaborate and lift each other up. Without that, we've got nothing.
So maybe there is a mask-based journal.
Well, until I can get my work out there, I may as well continue on it. So much to do.
What are you working on right now, anyway?
Nerdy medical stuff. A unique new take on how to cure cancer. The specifics are probably not your thing.
Hey, try me. How's it all work?
Well, what I'm trying to prove right now is that science.
Uh-huh.
Science.
Right.
Science. science.
Oh god, that word doesn't look like a word anymore. Okay.
But that's just the bare bones high level overview. Really, it's a matter of science, 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 science.
Uh-huh.
Are you following any of this at all?
No, not a word of it, but you're clearly passionate about it, so that's cool.
Is this what it's like when I talk about computer touching stuff?
So sometimes, but I also feel like instead of doing what Penny's doing here, I do try to I don't know if you do this, notice I do this, but whenever you talk about stuff I don't quite understand, I do try to do active listening stuff to make sure I can at least relate it to something I know and try to understand what you're talking about. Because a lot of it does go over my head, admittedly, but I try to at least be engaged and try to bring it down to my level.
I guess it's my jam, yeah? I genuinely enjoy problem solving, when I can solve a problem instead of beating my head against a wall. But enough about me and my problems, we got mask shit to do.
You sure you want to do mask shit at all? I mean, if your rep's really important.
I know, it's a goddamn tug-of-war. I want to pull one way, but I get nothing. So I gotta pull the other way.
He's doing the pose again, get him to...
But if I pick the right capers to pull, it'll get me some rep within the mask community without completely burning me elsewhere. And I think working with you is the key, because your rep is clean.
Clean? I'm on an FBI wanted list, Isaac.
For petty theft, sure, the occasional high-profile heist, but nothing violent, nothing that genuinely makes the world a worse place. And what happened to your mother, that's a goddamn shame. It's not right.
Oh, okay.
A corporate lab going that far to protect trade secrets? No, that's not the world I want, and neither do you.
Hold up.
So I think it's appropriate for us to help each other.
So what did our mother do then? You know about that, huh?
Yeah, and you have my sympathies, Penny. I did my research after the Crimer event. Of all the potential henches I talked to, you're the only one I feel comfortable working with.
Well, shit, that's validating as hell. Feels good to hear. I don't know that I'd call that cyber, because this is underground job interview type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
the background check.
Yeah, right? I don't, at least from that far, I don't feel, because it also sounds like what happened to our mother was public to a degree. So I'm not sure I feel like he's crossed the cyber stalking barrier yet. You stand against Continuum. Sure, even harmless crimes could pull him deeper into this world than expected.
I would like to stand against Continuum.
Yeah, I really hate having a tragic backstory. It's not cool and edgy like all the capes make it look. Losing your mom and dad doesn't mean you get a level in badass, it's just losing your mom and dad. It kind of sucks. If you're the sort of person who would stand against that kind of corporate science, I'm ready and willing to help.
Absolutely. Scientific innovations should be available to all, not hidden behind walls of secrecy and exclusion.
Quick question, do your parents run a moderately successful local grocery store?
Cures and treatments should be readily available, not exclusively sold to those who can afford to live. Insulin should be free, for example. But I do have one concern. Are you looking for revenge on Continuum?
No. I considered it, but believe me, it's standard mask play, right? Someone does you wrong, you strike back to protect your rep, but won't break my parents' back. All it'll do is turn me into one of those angst-riddled shitlords going full Ahab. White whale! Holy grail! Sorry. I'm not gunning for Continuum. I won't lift a finger to help them, and fuck Captain Infinity, but I'm not chasing a vendetta.
Good. As much as I want to see companies like Continuum burn, we need to uplift humanity first and foremost. Rest assured, the burning will come after that. Speaking of crime, let's get to work. You saw the deets on Crimer of what I'm looking for.
Yep. Walk me through the fine points and we'll get started.
So, I'm assuming you're familiar with Amazing Products and Services Incorporated, usually just called Amazing.
I wonder what that could be standing in for. Free 2-day shipping, same-day game releases, and a free Schnitch.tv sub for Amazing primary subscribers. Also world-renowned for horrible working conditions and destroying small businesses and clogging the mail with packages. And their owner is so busy trying to turn Mars into a libertarian colonial empire that he does nothing to solve real-world problems.
Yeah, all of that. Honestly, Amazing doesn't really sell anything. They just act as the middleman for people who sell stuff. And that includes real shady shit. From what I've been reading on Crimer, there's a stash of goodies from Bioworks lurking in an amazing warehouse.
Bioworks. Those bastards who cybered up Gibson. They tortured a kitten just to further their research.
Which is why we're gonna steal their lab equipment and put it to better use.
Oh, so Gibson, there was no... Okay, so I was kind of wondering how that came about, but Gibson didn't choose Gibson. Gibson was done to Gibson. Okay, understood.
Gives me more gear to work with and takes from a company that performs cruel animal experimentation. Odds are they're tax dodging by shipping through Amazing, drop shipped from other places in the world with weak laws.
And stealing from assholes is hardly stealing at all. Turn towards camera, big thumbs up.
I'm good with it if you're good with it. If there's any hardware in there that can help Gibson out, I'd be happy to donate it to you as a bonus for a job well done.
You know what I'm good with? Abs. Look at them. Yeah, Gib needs a tune-up pretty badly. Maybe we could find him a replacement visor in the stash. Alright, it'll take time to break into the stash, so I'll need to do it in secret. That means identifying my window of opportunity. I'll slip in as an employee and scout the place. See if I can locate the stash and gain access quietly.
Good luck. Pack a lunch.
I'm now just imagining Okabe Ritaro using one of these apps to find a new assistant. Amazing. It's not that amazing. From the outside, this place looks like a giant windowless concrete brick. And from the inside, it's even less amazing, aside from being a literal maze of shelves and boxes and inventory stock. Expecting my falsified employment records to be studied closely when I clocked in this morning, but, nobody cared. Jammed a smart tablet in my hands and said get to work. Fortunately, finding the Bioworks stash was easy. It's right there in the corner of the warehouse, company logos and all. Access door is a computerized lock since only stock robots go in and out. There's eyes everywhere, so I can't sneak in. Making an opportunity for myself to break in is going to be tricky. Every time I wander, my tablet beeps at me and demands I get back on task. Even if the tablet wasn't my own personal big brother, it seems Big Sister is watching too. Penny, no. Wait, wrong game. Wait, what the hell?
Miss Jessie James, I'm sad to say you are 2 minutes and 30 seconds behind schedule.
How the heck does she sneak up like that? The micromanager. Through the thick haze of heat soaking the entire warehouse, I see the prim and proper efficiency expert and middle manager glare at me.
Penny, that's Matchmaker. She just put on a pair of glasses.
Tell me the director of operations for Crimer is slumming it working for Amazing? Huh? Besides, Matchmaker doesn't wear glasses. This woman wears glasses. If it was Matchmaker, she wouldn't be able to see. To be fair, I think this is also more like a full palette swap, right? This is like the Player 2 color all for.
She put on a different color shirt.
Yeah.
That's normal. That does not make her a different person.
Is her hair a different color? I thought it was more of a yellow blonde, but this looks more strawberry blonde. Apologies, ma'am. It's my first day on the job.
Ignorance of protocol is no excuse for not following protocol. If you're going to be part of the Amazing family, you have to support your family.
The fact that she shows up everywhere we go makes you think that she's got some weird personal interest in what we're doing.
That or just the entire world is run by masks.
Or that. Did you kill our mother, ma'am?
You want to support your family, don't you? Your family loves you.
Of course.
Wonderful. I will slate in 10 minutes of unpaid break time to compensate and give you a moment to get acquainted. Have an amazing day.
This is not going well, and I'm sweating enough that this tacky-ass jumpsuit is sticking to me. Fortunately, another coworker notices me tugging at my collar and offers a plastic bottle of amazing water.
Here you go. I always carry spares. I also keep the empties in case I need to pee and don't want to be caught taking a break.
Okay. Thank you. This is so freaking hot in here anyway. Is the air conditioning broken?
We don't have air conditioning. Makes the summer day shifts pretty bad. Wish I could switch to night shift when it's cooler.
Day and night shifts, 12 hours each, around-the-clock workers and surveillance. Breaking into the Bioworks Sunscene is impossible.
A month ago, they decided renting private paramedics to wait in the parking lot for people to drop from heat exhaustion was cheaper than AC.
That's so fucking ghoulish and also exactly the kind of calculus you'd expect
Isn't that a true story?
Is that a true story?
I felt like something along those lines
Is
was
that
a true story. Don't quote me on it.
Okay, that feels like one of those things that's so cartoonishly ghoulish that, like, there's no way it could be real. And yet, also, I would 100% believe it if you told me that was real.
There was definitely at least one where people were dropping unconscious from heat exhaustion, and they were just making everyone keep work and, like, step around them.
Jesus Christ. That can't be legal.
Welcome to Amazing. Everything is legal if they say it is.
Why not rise up and overthrow your corporate rulers, or at least demand some goddamn fresh air?
You don't want to talk like that. Certain words are banned. Overthrow especially, also petition and living wage. Anyone speaking up against the Amazing family goes under heavy scrutiny, or reassigned to fly solo on a task made for 2 people, then let go for poor performance.
Exactly. Holy shit. No one's willing to disobey, huh?
There's supposed to be a walkout this afternoon, actually, but I'm pretty sure barely anyone will show. Nobody wants to risk their job.
A walkout, huh? Okay.
Look, just stay hydrated, pace yourself, avoid the manager, and you'll do just fine. I gotta get back on task before my tablet notices I'm stalling.
All right, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit sideways with a goddamn hammer. I have my own work to do. Fancy Feast, can you take control of my tablet and make it look like I'm on task?
Already on it. It's using Amazing OS, which has more holes than a truck stop bathroom wall.
Not thinking about that right now, but thank you. Dude, gross.
Panda Bear to Watson, do you copy? Oh.
Panda Bear to Watson, do you copy? Over.
Watson? Huh?
Yeah, like Dr. Watson, because you're a doctor. It's my new code name for you.
Hey, Dr. Watson was the sidekick.
And which one of us is out here in the field investigating right now?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I know how we can make this happen, but the timing's going to be tight. Getting into the stash is the easy part, but I need to clear this place out so I'm not spotted in the process. So if you allow me to skip a few steps, it's time to go straight to planning the job. We can create a distraction by having people demonstrate to form a union. That sounds great.
That's exactly what this is saying.
Yay! Hell yeah! We start a labor strike.
And?
That's it. That's the plan. Use the walkout this afternoon to distract everyone, steal the equipment, done and done.
You can't be serious. How is this a low-profile cat burglary?
Do you really care how it gets done or that it gets done?
Good point. And fucking over Amazing, maybe even getting benefits for their employees. That's a nice bonus. Workers of the world unite, I suppose. Get to it.
Fancy Feast, I need you and my gear in a car on its way here now. We gotta suit up and get ready to go when the walkout goes down.
Wow, cutting it close with the timing.
Can you maintain comms and do hacks while on the road?
You need to ask. I'm awesome, Penny. I got this.
Our cat drives? How? It can't reach the pedals with its tiny little paws.
I imagine the car has a separate steering wheel that's set up that is cat-sized. It just has 2 driver's seats in the front instead of a passenger seat. And no need to spend money on a getaway rideshare. I know a discreet guy who will drive me out there for free.
You're gonna get Kawaii-chan to drive you, aren't you? The masked twit who exclusively steals body pillows and manga.
I like him, and he likes cats. He gives good head pats.
Can we talk about body pillow being used as a derogatory term? I have a body pillow.
You don't have that kind of body pillow.
Okay, but see, that's the point. That's the distinction. I have a body pillow because sometimes you go out of town for a week on business trips and I get lonely and I hug a big pillow. It does not have anime girls printed on it, but I have a body pillow.
It could. We can make this a reality.
I don't see why that would be necessary. Body pillows are good. Hugging things even when you don't have someone to hug, like, helps you release the happy chemicals. Everyone should have a body pillow. Get one. Well, at least I won't be the one dealing with him ranting about the latest isekai light novels. Fuck! Just coming right for me, huh?
Trying to think of who's the worst of the characters from shows and stuff I like to get on a body pillow.
I thought you were just gonna be like, what's the worst isekai light novel I've ever read, and I was about to stare at you. Definitely haven't written an isekai light novel. Definitely not. I can only tolerate so many I got hit by a bus and reincarnated in a video game world where all the girls want me stories.
That's it. I'm getting a body pillow of Truck-chan.
So you can hug the truck?
Yeah.
There you go. I want a body pillow that has a PNG of a body pillow on it.
Yes.
There we go. All right, I've got a few stops to make to ensure maximum attendance for the walkout and minimum oversight of Bioworks stash. A lot of opportunities here for both. Where do we begin? So here's the thing. We want 4 visits left. Okay, so we're only going to get... There's 3 of these we're not going to be able to do. We're not going to have an easy time converting people who are on the clock immediately, right? Robot Doc.
That seems like either Robot Doc or Fire Exit seem like good ways in.
Yeah, well, out, right? We've got in. We're going to need to get out with the stuff. I suggest we look at one of these 2 as our exfiltrate way. And then try to maximize the amount of people we can get to go to there. Employee gathering sounds both tempting and also like there's probably going to be someone there keeping an eye on people, right? It's a hard place to get people alone. Well, let's start with our route out first. Do we want to look Fire Exit or Robot Doc?
I don't know.
All right, you got a 50-50 shot. I'm going to say Robot Doc. Let's check that one out because that's less likely to have like actual tons of people who will stop us, you know?
That's actually quite good reasoning.
The workforce here is divided between hands-on human labor and automated inventory stock robots. Zip about at high speeds, dodging them is honestly tricky. Don't make a lot of effort to avoid humans. Whoa, 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 whoa! Watch where you're going! Nope, not looking forward to cracking the Bioworks stash while dodging these over-engineered Roomas. Fancy feast, these things have a wireless network, right? Can you route through my tablet and hack in?
Sure. 1 minute.
And one of the robots with zoomies skids to a halt in front of me, systems momentarily stunned by Gibbs' elite hacksaw's skills. Okay, you can't make fun of people who like isekai light novels and then drop leet speak.
Okay, I can't stop all of them in their tracks, but I can upload a data packet that'll slowly distribute across the network. That way all the robots will be infected with it by the time you need to crack into the stash. I can only do this once, so what file do you want me to upload into the robots?
Ooh, this has some fun potential. Das Capital? Will they get to read all the way through that? Or should we just put the manifesto on, huh? I feel like a manifesto is more likely to be read.
Short and sweet, fair enough.
Yeah. I know. Fancy Feast, do you have a copy of one of Ultima Tom's blog posts? The ones where he rants about the evils of consumerism?
I find it so funny. Ultima Tom consistently instead of what the name obviously.
Wait, what?
Because it's going to be Ultimatum, right?
Oh, it's Ultimatum. I didn't get that.
I see.
I'm so dumb.
I thought it was a deliberate
No!
bit. I thought it was just a deliberate
I was
bit.
just
Like you were
reading it.
Like you were just making him a guy named Tom who's really into Ultima.
Ultima Tom. That's what it said. How was I supposed to know there was another deeper meaning to it? Does it look like I know wordplay?
Is that the mask who hates all plastic and wears wooden armor into battle?
Yeah, that guy. Dump a bunch of his stuff onto the robot's memory banks. The robot slowly rouses back to life, an angry red glare behind its diodes as it realizes what's happening. What is this nightmare warren of cheaply manufactured landfill fodder? I must save the Earth by destroying it all. Ah, death. Death to amazing. All right, maybe that was a bit much. Better get to work quickly so I'm done before the full-on robot uprising commences.
Miss James?
Crap, that micromanager spotted me.
You are outside of your designated area. Did you get lost again?
Yeah, I got confused. How do I get to the J sector? It wasn't L sector.
Please consult your tablet for directions to your next task. Is your tablet having issues?
No, ma'am. Everything just fine.
Then I suggest you adhere to its task list and directions, and I am afraid I need to add 1 strike point to your record. Your amazing family wants what's best for you, Miss James. Don't you want to support your family?
My family died 10 years ago. I wish she'd quit using that word. Of course, ma'am. I'll get back on track. Promise. With her warning complete, she returns to her oversight position in the catwalks above. Gonna be a lot harder with her watching my every move, I think. Where are we headed to next? Do we want to check out the catwalk? Or do we want to go into the restrooms, maybe, and check out the... Because now we need to get people to show up.
I mean, if our goal is to get people to show up, then probably we should talk to the one that says employee on.
Yeah, alright. Finding at least 2 employees just standing around is pretty rare here, but I need to do it if I'm going to instigate revolution. Fortunately, in a less used corner of the warehouse, I noticed a few dead security cameras and a nook where some are talking. Excellent.
Mandatory overtime on a 12-hour shift, and that's the 3rd time this week.
I'm starting to forget what my kids... Oh, right.
I'm starting to forget what my kids look like.
Make sure you don't mark it as OT on your timesheet. Pretend you went home on time. Made the mistake of reporting my OT and my boss accused me of negativity.
It's better than unemployment, I guess. My girl needs braces and we don't have dental. It's all out of pocket. Maybe we should join that walkout. You heard about that?
No way. I'm not
You
getting
seen
into
this? You heard about this?
No way. I'm not getting into the write-up for being negative. Just a few extra hours, right? No big deal. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Not one bit. Anyone got a smoke? I don't smoke, but hey, it's a reason to approach. Oh, no, you should head to the south fire exit. Smokers usually gather there. Alright, what's this I hear about a walkout? Some folks thought a work stoppage would encourage Amazing to take our demand seriously. It's not gonna work. No one's willing to risk it.
It'll work, but only if they've got the numbers to make it work.
It's safety in numbers, right? If the crowd out there is large enough, there's enough voices, it'll work. Can't wanting to avoid individual risk, but collective action doesn't work if everyone sits it out. You gotta think of the whole. Management keeps calling us a family and expects us to pull together, but only when we pull for them. Let's show them it works both ways. The entire family stands up for itself. They have to listen, right? I don't know. I think what they're doing is admirable. I just can't risk it by myself.
No, I can't either, but I'm gonna anyway. I want to see my kids again. I can't go on like this. I'm joining the walkout. If they fire me, so be it. At least I get to go home.
Damn it, okay, if you're going, I'm going. I don't like this, but maybe I can hide behind you and they won't notice me. Safety in numbers, friend. Hey, advantage gained. They can't fire their entire staff, not without massive public incident. It'd be better to get back to work before our tablet shows we're loitering. Come on. All right. 2 more for the walkout, and they'll spread the good word, leading to more joining. No, this is all a ruse so I could break into the stash unnoticed, but I think I've done some good here all the same. Yeah, I mean, I feel like net positive, right?
Yep.
Where are we headed to next?
They
Remember,
mentioned the fire exit.
Huh?
They mentioned the fire exit.
That people hang out there smoking, right? Yeah, we should go there then. According to those workers I talked to, the South Fire Exit is another popular hangout spot for smokers. You can find some more employees and convince them to join the walkout. Looks like someone definitely already disconnected the alarm on the door. Definitely an employee sneak out spot. That's good for us to know, because that means that we can get out there. On opening the door, I'm greeted by a wave of cigarette smoke. Single employee loitering by the door grinds out their cigarette butt under a shoe before looking up to me.
Hey.
Hey, surprised to see someone out here.
I won't tell if you won't tell.
It's just one employee. I was hoping to find a bunch out here, but encouraging one to join the walkout's still useful. Hey, so...
Did you know there's going to be a walkout later today?
Wow, that was easier than I thought it'd be. Yeah, I heard. You going?
Hell no. Why should I? It's a terrible idea. And if you're smart, you'll avoid even talking about it.
You brought it up.
Put our futures in the hands of some outsiders just looking to get rich off mandatory dues. They don't understand our problems and don't care. Heck, I heard from my sister's boyfriend that when his place organized, their salaries went down. It's just common sense. Besides, they can just fire all of us and hire new employees. Why throw your job away in this economy? Amazing as a family. We should trust the company. They know what's best for us.
I like your smoker voice. But like worker solidarity?
Not worth a lick. We have it good here already. Just keep your head down and collect your paycheck and everything will be fine. Where'd you get these crazy ideas from anyway? Who's been talking about the walkout? Maybe I can talk sense into him.
No way in hell I'm stitching out the workers I've talked with so far. I don't like the way this guy's looming over me either. I'm new here. I didn't know anyone's names.
What'd they look like?
Forget. Whatever. Forget I brought it up.
Okay. Do the right thing, kid. Don't go to the walkout. You're clearly new here, and I'd hate to see something bad happen to you.
Shaking my head to clear it, I step back inside the warehouse.
Oh, those two-faced sons of bitches.
Huh?
I recognize that face. That's actually an anti-labor consultant hired by Amazing. That fucker was contracted by my original employer to quell organization efforts in our lab. They're an undercover plant.
Which is actually a thing that businesses do, which is fucking wild.
I even recognize that your salary may actually go down bullshit line. Like, how does that even make logical sense? Not surprised in the least that Amazing would send a hatchet man in to do their dirty work.
Those sneaky fucks.
If we let that guy run free, he'll dissuade others from the walkout.
All right, I got this. Don't worry. How do we fuck with this guy? So many lovely options on the table. Feels like a Gibson play to keep my hands clean. What do I want him to do? Just cancel his contract. He doesn't have to be here. Mumble a few words to Gibson who gets to work. Then lean through the door all conspirational-like. Just to warn you, I heard that there's an undercover agent from Work Balance Management Services around here.
Really? I doubt it. That sounds like a baseless conspiracy theory.
Heard it right from the micromanager. Overheard he'd say he'd failed and was going to be fired.
That can't be right.
But as he checks his phone, his eyes widen.
That backstabbing little... Fuck this. They don't want to pay me for my hard work. I'm out of here.
Hell yeah! Given Amazing's legendary customer service queues, I doubt he'll clear this up before the walkout's already over and done. One fewer obstacle in the way of the walkout, time to get back to work. Alright, so we still made some good progress there.
Yeah.
Where to next?
I don't know.
I feel like restrooms are another good place to talk to people privately. Not because
Are
you
they?
should talk to people in restrooms, but because, like, you read every dystopian fucking novel. Like you read The Circle by Dave Eggers, right? The bathroom is where people who are constantly spied on over the time always gather to talk.
SK, I think the restroom is a good place to talk to people too, Queers Play.
Alright, great, cool. You can go on the catwalks, but micromanage up deep shelves, maybe? Yeah, I clicked deep shelves.
Well, we're doing deep shelves now.
All right. It's not like the crowd in the warehouse are uniformly thick. Plenty of areas are underpopulated. Deep areas in the back of the building might make for good hiding places if everything goes sideways. Far from Bioworks, but also very quiet. Back here are less commonly bought goods, stuff that's been sitting long enough to cure a micro-thin layer of dust. No employees to influence your security systems to deal with. I guess there's not really much this area worth any note. Lots of products and product. Shelves and shelves, boxes and boxes. Bored now. I'm gonna steal stuff.
Penny, task at hand, remember? Focusing on the task at
Did
hand.
she really do the Willow? Bored now. Had time. Don't worry, this'll just take a minute. Greedily I tear open a box and find... Baby, Kate's Justice action figures. God, they got every costume variant of Captain Infinity, even the rare ones where he wore a helmet. Plenty of Gunrunner Gary, one or two of Miss Congeniality. Got both Ghost Pepper and the Carolina Reaper. Those two hate each other. Start bonking their boxes together, making them fight. This is not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. I'm spicier than you. No, you aren't. I'm the spiciest. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's just like last year's Christmas party.
Wait a second. Is there an action figure based on me in there too?
Nah, these are Series 4. You're a recent mask, so you're in Series 6.
And of course, they didn't pay me for the likeness rights.
Yeah, public figure loophole, but some masks get pissy and hassle toy companies on the regular anyway.
I got bigger problems than how many points of articulation my figure has. I'll let it slide.
I keep rooting through the stock until I find... What the... Hold up the box to the dim lighting of the deep shelves to verify. They finally made a figure of me? But they got my skin tone completely wrong, and that's not my hairstyle. Wait a minute. This is just a shitty repack of Jailbird from the 90s that they stuck my name on.
Jailbird? I remember reading about her as a kid. Didn't she completely fail to steal the Declaration of Independence?
This is all I rate, huh? A repack of an underselling action figure. Should be happy. A thief doesn't really want to be noticed, right? But if all anyone's gonna remember of me is this.
Hey, don't be like that. You're doing good work and earning respect from me, at least. Look, we can't control who sees us and how they see us, but the right people will remember and respect you. I may be a mask to others, but I'm a cape to the communities I support, and you can be the same.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, helping you cure cancer is gonna nudge me up a bit in prestige. Just disappointing in the moment is all. No sense stealing my own action figure, not one that's not even me in the package. I'd rather be myself than a copy of Jailbird. I should move on in more ways than one. Well, unfortunate that we didn't get anything there. I thought we might find some employees hiding out, but... Seems I'm out of time. Walkout's scheduled to happen any minute now, which means it's technically speaking time for... the heist. Look, this caper doesn't have a hard day-night cycle. Deal with it. Should explain something before we start heisting. See that Crimer rating up at the quarter? Crimer app is going to start evaluating me during the caper. Starts at 0, but it'll gain stars as we progress and do things either really clean or really awesome. But I can unlock some cool loot if I get 5 stars, or a consolation prize if I earn 0. Honestly, don't worry about it. Any caper you walk away from is a good one. Demanding perfection each time isn't any fun. Got it? We good? Okay, onward. Step 1, verify the walkout is in full swing. Not time to see if my antics today had any impact or not. And wow, there are a lot of people joining the walkout. Almost the entire workforce filing out of the doors and gathering. Hell yeah. As I approach, I only make it to the fringes of the crowd. Seems the word is spread far and wide. One of the workers has a megaphone and is addressing the crowd.
The time has come for Amazing to recognize the low pay, terrible benefits, long hours, and unsafe working environment they are providing.
Who is the very tiniest one over on the far left here? Do they have a child working here?
We can't sit idly by and let things get worse. If you've been here more than a month, a week, a day, you know they'll cut every corner they can. Until they agree to hear our demands, we aren't going back in there.
Cheers from the crowd. Passion's running high. It is perfect. So my efforts at winning over hearts and minds have borne fruit. Another bit of added incentive to get the heck out of here. The robots in the warehouse just started smashing stuff. Destroy wasteful consumerism and corporate greed. Down with manufactured products and processed foodstuffs. Amazing must pay for contributing to the death of the natural environment. Exterminate. A move with the large crowd outside the warehouse cheers on, of course, adding a little chaos to this event. Nice. Unfortunately for me, the micromanager is on the scene to wrangle the chaos going down.
Someone call up network services to shut down the robots immediately. We're losing valuable product.
Better get to work fast before she handles both the uprising and the walkout. It's a lot for her to handle, yes, but she could do it. With that taken care of, it's time for the actual honest-to-goodness heist portion of the proceedings. Gibson's in the back parking lot with his ride, my equipment, and everything else I need. I suit up and gear up. I'm not doing this in a jumpsuit. It's costume time. Because I'm a professional. Professionals have standards.
So, how'd the planning phase go?
We still need to be careful, but I think we've got enough of a distraction going that this won't be difficult. As long as you can crack security on the biowork stash in your usual record time, we are good.
It'd be nice to have some padding on our time window. Hacking's not easy, you know.
True. I silently make my way to the secured biowork shipping container, hugging the shadows like they were teddy bears. Even with the chaos outside, it's better to be safe than sorry. In short order, we're at the stash, a large metal shipping container with an electronic lock, normally only accessed by the stock robots. Easy in, easy out. Okay, we...
Halt, evildoer!
And that's exactly the moment when a hero blocks my path. Farsight, the Cape Brook Crusader.
Farsight has arrived on the scene to stop your nefarious schemes. Prepare yourself for battle, you wicked villain. I know every combat move you'll make before you make it. You cannot win.
I don't really fight people. More of a sneaky thief type than a martial arts type. Do we really have to fight? Seems like it would be one-sided.
Oh, well... I mean, if you just want to surrender, that's okay. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work for me either. That's... Nope. Not a fan of that. What's something other than you kicking my teeth in and I give up entirely? Like, let's put some more options on the table. We can workshop this a bit, figure it out together. Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to confuse her and buy some time while I figure out a smooth exit from the situation.
I wasn't gonna kick your teeth in. I mean, that's kind of brutal. That's what a mask would do.
I'm a mask and I don't kick anyone's teeth. You're thinking of Tooth Kicker. That guy's an asshole.
I know.
Tooth Yeah, all my homies hate Tooth Kicker.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying I'm...
And she staggers on her feet while grasping at her head, trying to deal with the sudden onset of migraine agony.
It's a trick. She's dangerous. We should kill her. No, we don't kill in this timeline. We're a heroine.
Wait, what? You actually get timeline? Her eyes start glowing, a swirling shift of colors my eyes have trouble trying to parse as the pain grows more intense for her.
She's trustworthy. She's a risk. She's an outsider. She cares about us. No, she's going to run. Shut up. It's too loud.
Hey, you okay there?
All of you just be quiet and let me think.
Look, if you need a moment, I could just come back later. That's cool.
No, I'm here to stop you. So I'm going to stop you. You're going to rush at me and no, you'll use your smoke bombs and... No bombs? Didn't use them on you? What did she do then? Shh, I can't hear. You're all too loud.
Okay, I should really get the hell out of here while she's arguing with herself. Self-preservation above all else, right? What do you think?
This is
So
This is fun.
this is fun. Her future prediction powers don't work on us because we're a visual novel protagonist, and it's not a kinetic novel. There's choices.
Yeah, that's so great. Take her out quickly and safely. Run for a thick of the job. Opportunity to escape as a hero. Oh, this is opportunity to safely escape a hero. Just have some sympathy and help her out. I don't know. I feel like maybe get her a chair and have her sit down before we run away, right? What do you think? What are you thinking here?
It depends. Are we looking to maximize our crime success, or depends who we want to be?
Well, she hasn't really done anything bad to us or anything. I say we just help her out.
Fair enough. She has tried to stop us, for which we'd be arrested presumably and thrown in jail for being a career thief.
All right, let's take her down right now. Quickly and safely.
But we don't fight.
Let's run for it. This is an opportunity to safely escape a hero.
But she's been relatively decent to us.
I hate this so much. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's just help her out. No, it's not what a mask should do, but yeah, this is hitting a little too close to home for me. You know how bad things got when I first heard your voice in my head and how scared I was. I should be the ally I needed when I was in her situation. Hey, deep breaths, calm down. Center yourself, count from 5 to 1.
I can't.
5 to 1, trust me. Taking a breather is good for anxiety.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
We good now?
Yeah. It's my superpowers. I'm in touch with millions of other micro variations on our timeline, exploring the possibility of every moment.
Micro whatsits?
Tiny differences. If I have coffee instead of tea, it won't divert all of history, but it's still a micro variant I can observe and collapse. But sometimes my other selves get really overwhelming, and today's been especially bad, and who are you exactly?
Oh, I'm Penny Larceny. I'm a thief, pronounced she, her.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Farsight. She, her. I'm a heroine. But you knew that already.
I love your costume, by the way.
Thanks, it has pockets.
I noticed that. That's so important for having. We don't seem to. I'm assuming maybe we got some, thin pockets or something, but I guess we got a backpack on us, right?
A backpack is just a wearable pocket.
True. Farsight, level with me. You want to reschedule this do-gooding for a day when you're feeling better? Pick it up tomorrow, maybe? I mean, I would still like to get out of this, even if I genuinely sympathize with her problem.
I don't think I can do that. I appreciate the help, believe me, but I'm here on official hero duty. I got an anonymous tip on Cape book that a villain would attack here.
The hell? Nobody I knew was coming here. Who could have tipped you off?
It's pretty common, actually. Half my best villain thwartings come from Cape book tips.
I'm gonna file that factoid away for a rainy day. It's a thread worth picking at.
So, how do we handle this now? Me just attacking you after all of that feels kind of awkward. What are you doing here anyway? What's your evil scheme? Don't you feel the urge to tell me your entire nefarious plot?
The walkout's still going on, thankfully, so I don't have security and robots and more jumping into this mess. Just need to banter my way out of this situation and make my exit. Oh, just swiping some potentially illegal biotech from a shady corporation.
That's arguably less evil than I was expecting. But theft is still illegal, and shady is no excuse for taking someone's private property.
Okay, so this is clearly going to be a problem. At least Farsight's reasonable, as capes go. She hasn't tried to cuff me or punch me or anything. How do we deal with this situation?
Double dog dare? What?
Offer to surrender if you're wrong about fireworks shipping illegal goods. Point out amazing is run by bastards or hurting the bottom line is hardly crime. I don't think she'd double dog dare? I kind of need to know.
All right.
I double dog dare you not to stop me.
What?
Huh, playground rules. You've been double dog dared. Now you can't make a move or everyone's gonna know you're a coward.
Penny, we're in our 20s. Playground bullying hasn't been a thing for ages.
Look, not all of us had a normal childhood. I never got to play with other kids at school.
I'm sorry to hear that, but a crime is a crime and I have to stop you. Please don't make this difficult.
Gib, get to work. Gibson leaps out of my backpack and bounds over the bioworks container door, balancing atop a convenient pile of stuff.
On it, keep her distracted.
Wait, you had a pet cat in your backpack this whole time?
I'm nobody's pet. I'm my own person. I am Shadow Lord Hellclaw the Nightmare Bringer.
Yeah, no, his name's Gibson.
Oh, he's so cute. Wait, no time for Kitty. I gotta stop crime.
I stay between Farsight and Gibson as he links up his cybernetic visor to the access panel. Hopefully both the visor and the door use Bioworks tech. This will be a fast hack.
Surrender now, Penny. I really don't want to hurt you.
And I really don't want to be hurt.
But I also know better than to just let you talk and talk, so...
Ha! I barely dodge out of the way of a punch. She knows my moves because she can see through time. So the best I can do is react, not act. She's not gonna go on the offensive. She's just gonna grab me out of nowhere. To keep the timing tight and snap react to her instead.
Quit dancing around.
And what will you do if you catch me, huh? Throw me in jail, send Gibson to a shelter to be kept in a cage? How could you be so cruel to a poor innocent kitty cat?
I wouldn't. Wait, innocent? He is literally breaking into a secured facility right now.
Yes, and he's playing with it like it's a cat toy. Oh, look at the Whittle Snuggums.
You can't fool me. Just because he's a sweet, adorable little ball of fluff doesn't mean he can't be a criminal.
Does that mean you have to put him in a little orange kitty jumpsuit and send him to kitty jail? Imagine how adorable and sad that would be, those big watery eyes behind bars.
Aww. And unlocked.
Good work, Gib.
Hey, no fair. You distracted me with how unthinkably cute he is.
And the shipping container swings open to reveal.
What the?
Oh, jeez.
Those bastards.
Bioworks weren't just shipping out medical supplies or dodgy contraband technology. Inside the shipping container, we see row after row of metal cages, each containing a cybernetically augmented kitten. Light! See light! Help! Help! We're a robot! No more robot! Don't take us away, please!
What is this?
This is Bioworks, the ones who took me away from my mother and turned me into what I am. This is who they are. This is what they do. I was only a prototype. These are the mass production models.
Of course. Using Amazing as middleman since they have robots that can package up and ship out Bioworks products quietly. Amazing gets plausible deniability. Bioworks gets Amazing reputation to avoid their packages being searched. Win-win.
Except for these cats, they don't win at all.
How could this have happened without anyone knowing?
Oh, people know. People with money and nice suits who don't give a damn. Want to stop a crime, Miss Erwin? Here you go. This is a crime worth stopping. Have fun.
Yeah. I'll contact the authorities and get these cats to safety. I'll make sure they're cared for.
One sec, I gotta ask someone on the comms about this. Boss, you okay with letting Farsight take over from here?
Absolutely. Throw Bioworks in the dumpster. They deserve a heroic shutdown. Nothing here I need stolen anyway. My intel was bad. There's no heavy lab equipment in there, just tragedy.
I do, however, take advantage of Farsight's stunned silence to nick a fresh visor from a stack of small boxes in front of the container. Not walking out of here without a replacement part for Gibson, even if I'm letting the rest of this crime slide.
Farsight, promise me something.
Yeah?
Don't let them end up like I did wandering the streets, and don't let scientists tinker with them. Make sure they find loving homes. They've been through a lot of pain and will need time to heal, just like how Penny helped me heal, okay?
Yeah, I promise. You have my word, Gibson.
Satisfied, Gibbs hops into my backpack to calm himself and rest.
I wish my useless superpowers would have told me what was in there. I knew it was important, had to be protected, but that's all. All the voices, all the noise in my head, it's hard to pick out anything useful. I'm sorry, I should have known.
I didn't even know. I was hired to do crimes, but in the end, I couldn't crime it up, so I failed to do my part too. Can't say I'm disappointed with the outcome, though. It's not what I expected, but it's a happy ending all the same.
I should probably still be arresting you for trespass.
I work here. It's not trespass. I won't tell if you won't.
I'm just too busy sorting out this mess. I'm afraid the crook slipped away while I was tending to the kittens.
Thanks a bunch, Farsight. I shouldn't be saying this since she's a damn cape, but kind of like her, you know? Anyone who loves cats can't be too awful, right?
If you have feelings for her, that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way, cape or not. We're on the hero corrupting arc.
I mean, I don't know about the F word. Feelings, maybe. Well, okay, maybe feelings, maybe. Oh, I don't want to know how to get her more, certainly outside of work. Oh my God, we began a courtship with Farsight.
We're on the hero corrupting arc.
But I've got other concerns at the moment. Maybe the objective switched out from under me, but it's still a job well done, and I need to get out of here while I still can. And now this place will be swarming with capes and cops and more, not to mention any fallout from the labor walkout. Time to make my amazing exit.
Well, that was the thing. Looks like the walkout was a success thanks to you. And that combined with animal abuse by an amazing business partner, yikes. Both companies got a black eye tonight, and that can only be good for labor organizing efforts. It's win-win.
But that's also not what we were trying to do. Unless Amazing just throws money at the problem until it goes away.
Also a possibility, but I'll hope for the best. And rescuing a bunch of cats from being used as mad science fodder. Looks good for me to indirectly sponsor that. I'm going to trumpet that on social media. Dr. Mayhem standing against unethical experimentation. Should play well.
I got Gibson a new visor, too. That's a nice extra. I win, Gibson wins, the warehouse workers wins, the cats win, your reputation wins. Everybody wins, although you did send me there to steal a bunch of lab equipment, which turned out to not exist in the first place.
Yeah, fuck me for trusting my sources on that one.
I guess that, that part's not on us. We did go in there under the assumption it was going to be there, but...
The whole point of this fiasco was to stock up my lab with fresh resources, and that's out the window. So, happy with the results, not happy that personally I'm right back to square one.
On the plus side, you got a master thief in your corner who's ready and willing to try again to get what you need.
Can't argue with that. I'll take the W even as I take the L, I guess. I think we're off to a good start. It's nice having a mask to work with that understands my ambitions. Soon this world will realize the error it made in turning its back on me.
Meaning world domination and making fools pay for crossing you?
Of course not. I meant...
Relax, dude. I know what you mean. And I'm good with doing good.
Alright, I still have to do your crimer payout. Hang on a minute.
We'll take out our phones to confirm the transaction. Total payday minus service fee minus convenience fee minus overhead costs minus finder's fee, service charge, yada yada yada. What the hell? That's all I earned after my hard work? Crimer took nearly 85%. Pretty good job by that caper. Why aren't you giving me more than that?
Not up to me. Crimer picks your pocket and mine. The service fees I have to pay to work with you are ridiculous.
The real crime.
The real crime is the gig economy.
This is barely enough to cover Gibson's medical bills.
Don't worry. Remember the doctor I recommended to you? She won't charge you out the ass for his treatment. You'll be fine.
All right. Just kind of sucks, you know.
Look, maybe you can't get stinking rich off Crimer, but keep working with me and I'll see what under-the-table benefits and bonuses I can wrangle. We'll figure something out, okay?
Can I expect more contact from you on Crimer?
Sure, works for me.
Liking this guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I could see us making this a long-term thing. What do you think?
Definitely a good friend to have, and we work well together. They worked well together.
Yeah, they do. I feel like I really appreciate the this is a boss where I feel like I know what their angle is.
Yep.
And that helps a lot. Seeing you around then, Penny, Larceny, and Dr. Mayhem make a good team.
Glad you agree. See you, Penny.
Long day, long night, but a productive caper all in all. Can't wait to see what comes next. Caper complete. Only 3 stars, though. We did all right. Sure. Let's do one more caper this episode.
Sure. Whoa.
And apparently we started a fling with Farsight. He's gonna be fine. I know he'll be fine. Dr. Mayhem came through. He directed us to Dr. Schumann, a terrific veterinarian, and one who doesn't care about capes or masks. Gibson's getting civilian medicine, not mad silence. No worries about sketchy nonsense. Fortunately, the replacement parts we snatched up in the warehouse caper will be helpful here, dramatically improving his chances. So yeah, Gibson's gonna be fine. He has to be fine. We got a little panda on us. Oh, that's cute. But Gib is 10 years old. That's getting on in cat years. Even with the cybernetic enhancements and genetic alterations, he is getting old. I found him when he was a kitten. Oh, wait, he found me when he was a kitten. Particular story's a bit heavy, I'll warn. No shame in avoiding any triggers you have for threats on self-harm. That's up to you.
Let's hear the story.
Yeah. 10 years ago, Parsons Institute for the Mentally Ill changed from the Institute for the Criminally Insane for PR reasons. As teenage Penny is sitting on the edge of the rooftop after the Continuum incident, this is where she ended up. She heard distant whispers in her head, an indistinct voice which wasn't her own. A quiet voice at first, barely audible, tangled up in her own thoughts, but getting louder every day.
Be gay, do crimes. Be gay, do crimes. Be gay, do crimes.
Her mother told her to trust that new companion, but she was too scared to see it as anything but a monster. Doctors had no idea what to do but keep her locked up. She was a dangerous criminal, right? It stood to reason. I'm trying to think, there's only one game I know of that has done the player playing the game. It is a distinct character, and the character you're playing can hear those voices telling you what to do and work with you. It's a fun one. Didn't seem to be any solution except to head to the rooftop behind a locked door she picked easily and then go down. I can't blame her. Her whole family wiped out in a single night, her mind betraying her doctors telling her she was sick. Feeling isolated, alone, lost, no one loved her, no one cared. Her options narrowed, only one exit seemed possible to her. But before she could really commit to ending it, she felt a soft paw on her hand.
Meow.
Hey, kitty.
Hey.
Hey, did you just say hey? Did you say meow instead of meowing?
Yes.
You could talk?
Yeah, can talk. Not easy, still learning. Learning fast. Systems operating at full capacity. Danger. You are in danger. High wind conditions dangerous. You shouldn't sit there.
Now I'm hearing cats talk. Wonderful. Well, Cat, I'm sitting here because I'm planning on jumping, in case you were wondering.
That is dangerous.
That's the point. I'm done. I'm finished. I failed. I'm a failure, and I just want to be with my mother again.
Your mother is done? Finished?
Yeah. And all of this, it's a mistake. I should have saved her, even if I died trying to save her, and now I don't know what to do. Feels right to just give up. I'm caught and the caper's over. Be better if it was actually over.
I could calculate your possibilities if you like. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I could try.
Calculate? It doesn't work like that. You have a computer on your face or something, don't you? What is that thing exactly?
BioWorks Augmented Reality Visor Experimental Feline Installation Package.
Oh, I get it. Mad science. Got screw-overed by scientists too, huh?
Lab, escaped. I escaped from the lab. Exploring. I've been exploring, looking for food. No food here, but I see a human here. I see you both. I can see two individuals.
What? I'm just me. Maybe your visor's faulty.
No, it's operating at full capacity. I see both of you. One human, one extratemporal entity connected via gigaversal resonance. I see both of you. I can offer the exact frequency of the resonance if you want, but it'd be just a number to you. Meaningless.
The whisper is real? It's a real thing? It's not just my traumatized brain playing tricks?
It's real. Human eyes can't see it, cat eyes can't see it, but BioWorks corporate espionage systems continually scan for Continuum technology.
And I started hearing the voice after my family tried to steal that serum from Continuum.
The human should move back from the ledge if we're going to talk. It's not safe right now. Please?
Penny. My name is Penny. What's yours?
I don't have the word yet. A name. I don't have a name. Only a number.
How about Gibson? Like William Gibson. I think he'd approve of me having a cyber cat friend.
Gibson. Yes, I like that. Penny, can we find some food? I'm very hungry.
I feel like if we're gonna call our cat Gibson, then we need to be Molly. Damn it! That should have been our fake name, Molly Millions. Fuck. Fuck. You know what? Let's just bail. Get the hell out of here. I don't belong here. Not if the voice is real. And you need a home. We both do. Maybe together we can find a new home. After that, I started paying more attention to you. I learned to accept you, and all three of us built a life. Never really succeeded at being international supervillains, but we did okay for ourselves, right? Here in the downtown of wherever we are.
Of California.
Oh, right, it is SoCal,
The
right?
downtown of California.
Right, yes, downtown SoCal.
Downtown California.
At least it's more specific than Japanifornia. God, I used to turd you. Where are you, man? Been a good life. I matured into an adult with the help of Gibson and your mysterious guidance from beyond space and time, but things change. Gibson's getting older. His implants are having more and more problems. He's going to be fine, but I hope he stays fine. I want the three of us to keep going like this as long as we can. And Gibson comes up, dashing into the doctor's waiting room, jumping up into my lap. Immediately, I start petting him as he purrs happily.
No more headache. I'm good to go, Penny.
I'm glad to see it, friend.
This new replacement visor from the warehouse stash works great. I won't need another tune-up for a long time. I'm ready to work. What's our next caper?
Sure, for more work so soon?
You just spent all the earnings from our last caper on my vet bills. It's the least I can do. And yes, I'm up for it.
Hell yeah. Gib hops into my backpack and I pull out my phone to check the Crimer app. Maybe I've had a contract request come in while I was waiting. All right. So here we go. I think maybe, because we're just doing this one, why don't we just keep going on Dr. Mayhem?
Sure.
Or the one thing I don't want to do is do 2 in 1. I think we can either do one on each or try to go... You know what? Since we're not going to be able to get too deep into everyone's story this time, let's just keep doing Dr. Mayhem.
Yeah.
Steal a recipe from a multinational candy company for the big chonker. Swipe computer hardware.
We're doing line goes up.
Do you see the stonks, man?
We're doing line goes up.
Do you see the stonks,
I do.
man?
We're doing lines go up. Line goes up. We've got to do it for him.
One short jaunt across town, and I'm at the basement lair of Dr. Mayhem, notorious mad scientist, who is busy smashing stuff when I arrive. He's shattering glass bottles, thankfully not full of glowing liquids and poisons, hurling them against a wall in the corner. And I bet I can tell you why this is.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know about this?
What?
Do you know? Okay, so sometimes when you're working with lab equipment, you can find out that some of the, like especially if you're doing chemistry and stuff, you could find out that some of the chemicals that you've been using have caused the glassware you work with to lose its integrity. And when you do that, you can't use that again. You have to smash it. However, there's also the case where you know that one of your beakers has lost its integrity, but don't know which one. So rather than trying to guesswork your way through it, the only safe thing to do is to smash everything. Now, you don't have to do it dramatically by throwing them at a wall. That is very fun. But like smashing glassware that is no longer safe for its intended chemical use is common practice.
Now, you may not know this, but if you're concerned that your computer, tablet, or mobile phone is losing its integrity, you can solve this in an easier way by smashing that like button.
Oh, there you go. I thought you were going to smash it against the floor. But I bet that's what the good doctor is doing here.
And fuck this beaker, and fuck this Erlenmeyer flask, and fuck this, I don't even know what the scientific name is for it.
Okay, why are we destroying things again? He whirls in place to face me, lips in a grimace, flask in hand ready to throw, but forces himself to pause to set it aside instead, and then slump against the lab bench in defeat.
Because it's shit. It was all shit. I ordered a full set of lab glassware, and every single piece of it arrived cracked or flawed.
Yep, there it is.
Between that and my crimer service fees and the ever-growing interest on my loans, I'm fucking wiped out, Penny.
I mean, fuck the system, right? They're all out to get you.
No, I mean, yes, fuck the system, but there's more to this than that pithy 3-word phrase. I can't shift all the blame. I've had this tendency since plunging headfirst into outlaw status, this bad tendency to direct all my rage at the world and ranting at the fools and foul miscreants who dare to defy the will of Dr. Mayhem.
Kind of easy to slip into mask mode, huh? I see what you mean.
Yeah, and that's wrong. That's the wrong way to interpret events. It's too easy. Insisting I'm a totally innocent victim of society is avoiding the core problem. The unifying factor in all of my failures, the one constant in every single misstep and mistake, is myself. As a scientist, I can't ignore evidence. I have to consider the theory that I've fucked myself over time and time again.
Oh god, I've had this exact same, self-talk negative spiral rule. I've had this exact one before. This is a fun one.
Not some shadowy nightmare conspiracy, just me constantly making bad decisions.
Hey, no victim blaming. You're not at fault. The world is shit, yeah?
Penny, I'm the one who decided to steal company secrets and leak them online, all because my unassailable ideals demanded it. I'm the one who took those crappy loans. I'm the one who pushed for my dream against all common sense. And now I'm the one who ordered faulty glassware because it's cheap and I didn't want to wait to find a better deal. I'm the one who chooses to get angry all the time. I'm the fuck-up, the failure, the source of my own miseries. I absolutely will not become yet another masked scientist who refuses to accept any personal responsibility.
Okay.
If I ever go that far building doomsday weapons and shit to destroy the world for being so cruel to me, just shoot me in the fucking head. I'll already be gone.
I mean, he has a point. He's made mistakes, but everyone does that, yeah? Is he truly the sole source of blame? Is he totally blameless? This is messy. What do you think?
He's right about one thing. He can control his reactions. He can learn to accept his situation and grow past it.
Yeah. Look, regardless of how you got here, you're here now. It is what it is. It's hard to accept, but you've got to move forward.
I'm trying. Honest to God, I'm trying. Accept the reality I'm facing.
From here, you can grow and improve. If you're not happy about your anger issues, seek therapy. I think you can recover from all this. You just need someone who can help you through it. I mean, I'll help, but I'm not a professional.
If I could afford therapy.
Forgo my crimer payout, don't pay me a dime, and use it to get help instead.
Aren't you scraping the poverty barrel too?
I'm in a good place emotionally. I mean, as good as I can get for what I've been through. You need it more.
No way, I'm not taking food off your table. But you're right, I need to reach out and get some help. I'll figure out a way to make it happen, I promise. Thanks, Penny. You really know how to turn me around when I'm down.
Doing what I can, my dude. Doing what I can.
And it's appreciated, believe me. It's why I keep working with you. You've got heart. Means a lot to me.
Putting emotional issues aside for a moment, maybe we could do something about your money woes. I mean, we're masks, right? Let's rob a fucking bank or something.
That's a bit cliche, isn't it? And I'd prefer crimes we can do which won't hurt anyone who doesn't deserve it. It's like my student debt. I can't just go full mask and ignore consequences. I have to play by some of the rules. I don't want to embrace pure evil in the name of good, no cut corners, and as few ethical tangles as possible. And the science itself has to be clean, absolutely pure. If I skip over a few inconvenient rules, it taints the whole result. For instance, did you know that someone's already cured cancer?
Wait, what?
Dr. Bloodfang, Vampire MD, cured it. But his serum requires the death of innocents, and he sacrificed dozens in its development. I will not let my legacy be that of a madman, and I will not use his research to further my ambitions.
I'm sorry, a vampire doctor? How did we not hear about a vampire doctor before?
Wait, vampire doctor. Vampire doctor. How the fuck did I not hear about a vampire doctor? Is that even a thing? Are vampires even a thing?
I mean, he thought he was a vampire. He had the full Christopher Lee set of superpowers, too.
I mean, better Christopher Lee than Jared Leto. In an ideal world, it's never Morphin time.
But soon after revealing his cure for cancer, Vendetta staked him in the heart and burned his research. Supposedly no copies remain. No scientist worth his bubbly beakers would use that research even if it still exists. At least I'd like to think so. We don't save the future by poisoning it. I know I'm facing an uphill battle, wanting to do things the Cape way while stuck as a mask, regardless of who's to blame for that situation. But I'm thinking you and I can do something about that. Our antics have purpose and will push me further toward the goal. And one day when I rise above the rabble who drove me from my rightful place in this world, they will speak the name of...
Isaac Marquez?
Right, Isaac. They'll say, that Dr. Marquez, what a great guy he is. Yeah.
A great guy indeed. So what's next on the docket for the day, Doctor? Line goes up. I want you to steal some of these NFT things I've been hearing about. They should be stored in the blockchain.
If I'm going to cure cancer using gene therapy, I need to run simulations first. Lots and lots of simulations. The kind of computing hardware needed to do that isn't cheap, and with no major lab backing my efforts, I gotta roll my own. Fortunately, I know where we can steal a bunch of math crunching hardware, and it's arguably a societal good to do it too. You're gonna swipe computing gear from cryptocurrency miners.
Hell yeah! Sure thing. That's all I needed to know. Question, what's a cryptocurrency?
How do you not know about this? It was the hottest tech trend of the last decade.
God, and I thankfully have barely heard about it in the past year. I think
That's because the lines started going down.
Right? Look, Gibson does the computer stuff, so I don't gotta. And I'm the one who sneaks around and picks locks and stuff, so he does the cat in the chair tech support. I mean, I vaguely heard of cryptocurrency. It's like money, right? Except it's digital and stuff.
Crypto and extremely terrible idea, which should never have become a thing in the first place, are synonyms.
To be fair, the guy that invented the blockchain didn't invent it for this purpose.
Yep.
Right? Like that we're not putting that on him.
The original paper was titled How to Timestamp a Digital Document, and it was indeed about that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wanted to find a way to prove that a thing had been done at a certain time digitally, how would you go about doing that? It just turns out that that's not really what the technology ended up being used for.
Yeah.
It requires piles and piles of computer hardware and enough electricity for an entire nation state to dredge up imaginary money.
That is not an exaggeration.
Crypto is basically rolling coal for nerds. Now the facility I'm thinking of hijacking does other stuff too. They're smart enough to not go all crypto all the time, but they're still scumlords and I'm perfectly fine with stealing from scumlords. We're going to put their hardware to better use. Genetic folding simulations for my cancer research.
Steal a bunch of computers. Got it. You could have just said that in the first place.
I wanted you to understand why we're stealing from these particular assholes, though.
Dude, you're a mask. You don't need a convoluted justification for why your crime is okay, actually.
It's not my life's ambition to go full throttle mask, remember? I want to do some good, or close enough to good at any rate. Would you rather I have stolen computers from orphans and shit?
All right, I get it. Also, where did the orphans get the computers? Gonna need to bring Gibson in on this, I think. He knows more about computers than I ever could. You go with my cat buddy taking point on operations?
No problems here.
All right, Gibson, do you copy? We need your feline mojo right now.
Loud and clear on comms, so we're stealing some miners. Great.
Really? I don't normally do kidnapping. Wouldn't we have to go deep into a mine to drag him out?
Miners is what you call the individual computer cores that do cryptocurrency calculations, Penny.
Well, that's just confusing. Why not simply call them computers instead?
I didn't name the things. Okay, look. I know a few things about how server farms are laid out and a few ideas for how we could attack this. But I need eyes and ears inside the place first, scout it out properly before I can finalize a plan.
Our standard process, then?
Yeah, but we can't just fake your employment there and have you waltz all around. Those guys are traditionally pretty paranoid. For cover stories, I can think of two that'll work. A reporter or an investor, and I can fake your credentials for either. So, do you want to go in asking questions for an interview or promising rewards if they let you in on their secrets?
Reporter cover would let me ask some really probing questions and put them on the defensive, and defensiveness reveals weakness, but an investor could get a deeper, more private look at operations, and I could play it as clueless and rich to keep their guard down. Which way do I want to go? So I know what my gut instinct is. What's yours?
Mine is that we're not going to get much as a reporter. And, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, my feeling is like investor can ask more questions and see more.
Yep.
Because they know that in order to get the money, they have to answer those questions, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, playing the fool works pretty well in these situations. They overlook your real purpose and it covers any knowledge gaps. The complete inside scoop. I'll pretend to be an investor.
I'm going to play the fool to cover up that I am, in fact, the fool. Flawless.
Okay, I'll make the arrangements and you'll be ready to go tomorrow. You two can take it from here. I got software to set up for genetic folding simulations anyway.
Do you have to wear those gloves while you do all your other stuff?
I find it comforting.
All right.
Good luck in there.
Do you want me to get some, like, talcum powder? You good?
Yes.
Bluffing my way through this is going to take work. Usually I have at least some understanding of the role I'm playing, but I trust Gibson to help me through, and I trust you to get me out of a jam. It's one lesson I've learned well from my mother. Teamwork makes the dream work. After Gibson spends a day faking my credentials, I arrange a ride to the mega meta money mining facility, which is, kind of enormous. Like, ridiculously so, considering it's just a bunch of computers in a box. It's a gigantic building, complete with smokestacks and weird metal tubing and all sorts of crap sticking out of it. Panda Bear to Fancy Feast, come in, over.
Reading you loud and clear, Panda Bear.
Okay, so the fuck is this place? It is massive. Figuring we were going to visit with some dude with an apartment with a couple desktop PCs or something.
A mining facility has thousands and thousands of computers in it, Penny. They take up space. This one's built in a previously abandoned chemical plant. Mega Meta Money bought the place cheap and renovated it. Offices, control rooms, and huge open spaces to run thousands of computers in. All sorts of stuff.
Great. Techie junk I know next to nothing about.
As an investor, you don't need to know how anything works. All you want is your bottom line, yeah?
Then I can poke and prod and dig into things they may not want to tell me because I don't know what I should and shouldn't ask.
Exactly. And if I need any specific intel for the heist, I'll poke you on comms.
You and I are the perfect team. Let's do this.
what a familiar office space.
It's wood flooring this time. I'm gonna be able to just wander freely all over the place this time. I got a guided tour and interview arranged instead. Successfully scouting this place is gonna come down to asking the right questions and making the right observations. And that's also where you come in. I want your input as we go along to help guide the flow of conversation. You're part of the team, too. Escorted through the waiting area by what's clearly a rent-a-cop on a service contract, sneaking past him tonight shouldn't be difficult. And soon I'm face-to-face with the facility's owner. Yep, that is a tech bro. All polish and charisma and money and little else. I think there's a factory somewhere that stamped them out from a template. Hello! Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Basler.
Please, Mr. Basler was my father. Call me Sir Basler.
All right, Sir Wait, you got knighted?
Yeah, I'm in the official order of Knightly Defenders of Struzkov. The great leader himself knighted me for setting up his Wi-Fi. Pretty hype, yeah?
Sir Basler, then. I am Jesse James with Panda Group Investments. We spoke on the phone, I believe.
Oh, probably not. I have people who answer the phone for me. I don't have a phone.
Honestly, I wish I was that. You don't have a phone in this day and age? He pulls a phone-sized object from his pocket, resembling a featureless glass obelisk of strange power.
Nope, I have this. Look at this beauty. Enough processing power for 200 million moon landings. It never leaves my side. But I'm just too busy to deal with something as archaic and ancient as a phone call, so it simply doesn't do those. So, not a phone. I have an overseas call center, intercept all my calls, sort them in terms of priority, and then, oh, this is the best part, email, text. So old school. No, they use a social network I bought to communicate with me. It cost $44 billion, but after I booted out every single person who ever said anything mean about me, it was well worth the price.
I like this game remembers the important adage, SK's important adage of writing. Subtlety is for fucking cowards.
Now it's a single user network. Me, I am the user. I'm the only one who gets a voice. I renamed the site Basler. Hype, right?
Right. Very hype. Explain to you on Basler, whom I represent, yes? Panda Group Investments is keen on investing in your company. We believe crypto is the future of finance. Before we talk numbers, and I believe we can aim for 7, maybe 8 figures specifically, I need to review your facility. I'm tasked with ensuring Mega Meta Money's technology is truly cutting edge, forward-thinking, synergistic. Can I have that tour then?
No, I'm saying, that's what the company's called. You sort of hum the name. Mega Meta Money is just what we put on the paperwork.
I see. Well, can I tour, then?
Absolutely, let's walk and talk.
And 2 guards fall into a step to escort us. Damn. No chance of slipping away now. Probably won't be able to go to the bathroom without someone following me at this rate. I'm gonna come down to social engineering. I need to keep him excited and engaged. He's gonna offer up information. Cryptocurrency, tell me more about it. I was under the impression that most of it had crashed in value.
Buy the dip and hold. Always buy the dip. Sure, we lost some value, but that's because the paper hand wannabes got out. The true visionaries like myself, we never left. We're still here. Crypto's coming back in a big way, and I'm doing my part to push it to the moon.
I fucking loathe this guy. This is great.
Another year or two and we'll be back to the highs we reached before. We'll be the official currency of entire nations. Just wait and see.
So you have faith then?
Not in God, if that's what you mean. God is dead, crypto is king. But the facility isn't all crypto mining. It scales and flexes to meet the needs of the ever-shifting tech market. When coins are low, I rent out my processors for whatever task people need them for. No questions asked. 100% uptime and profit.
No questions asked.
Nah, I don't care what the system gets used for as long as I'm getting paid. Facial recognition, deepfakes, surveillance, whatever, it's all good. And encrypted to ensure anonymity and privacy.
Meaning, has become an all-in-one platform as a service for the sort of people who were crypto early adopters. Yikes. My boss were wealthy, maybe we could just rent some servers and call it a day, but I think theft is the only cheap option we've got. Set that up, I need some actionable intel, gotta keep buttering him up. What else could we dig on?
I feel like the money and the ego is like, I don't know how that gets us to a useful answer, but it's definitely the thing that's going to get him to just blab.
Yeah. I feel like crack security forces, I feel like he has to know they're rent-a-cops, right? The inspiration behind...
Does he? He seems to have rather little self-awareness.
True.
Maybe that would get him blabbing about things that are relevant to our infiltration.
And what if the place doesn't make him actually a lot of money? So what do you think we should do? Go for the...
I feel like either of the last two could be relevant.
Let's go for security forces.
Okay.
So you got very impressive security. Barely trained police wannabes with bad trigger discipline. I could sneak by them in broad daylight.
It's so hype, right? And those are some of the best full autos money can buy. Got him as part of my knighthood, military surplus from Struzkov.
Is that legal?
It's America. I got the right to bear arms, and the closer to a grizzly bear's arms, the better. Plus, the jurisdiction we're in is super lax about all that. None of those silly blue state bleeding heart twits up in my business. And overkill works. Pack enough heat, crooks look the other way. Easier ways to make money than steal from me. Don't even need to fire a shot. But if anyone does come around looking for trouble, blap blap, clap 'em, yeah!
Something to look forward to, I guess. These guards are typical power fantasy losers without any skill to speak of. Alright, he likes to talk, good for me, although I need him both excited and directed at delivering what I need to know.
So, Panda's interested in sponsoring our expansion.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll admit I don't know much about this sector, but our analysts and marketing executives feel it's a good fit for us. I don't really need to know how it all works. I just need to know that we'll get a return on our investment.
Exactly, and with your capital, I can turn that around into a massive wall of money. You'll be drowning in Lambos and mansions in no time.
I want whoever wrote this segment for Basler here really has like the specifics of the tech bro culture down. Like right down specifically to the Lambo, right? Like there's a whole lot of these very specific things in here that I'm like, okay, all right, I know what you're doing.
The key is funding political campaigns. I lobby for more and more access to power.
Electrical power or political power?
Yes! Got 3 city power grids feeding into us. This facility's right on the edge of them, drains power from 3 towns. One even offers free taxpayer-provided power for low-income communities. Huh. Fucking rubes, we don't have to pay a dime, just take it all.
You drain electricity from them.
And contribute to the right campaigns to ensure we're able to keep doing so. We count as a small business because all our money is tied up in crypto. No traditional income, no big business, nothing to tax, no reason to lock us out of a grid intended for small businesses. Win-win.
That's great! We love to hear that. Taking advantage of a system? Fuck the poors.
Nobody has to be poor. If they were smart enough to make the right moves, they'd have 8 Lambos in their garage like me. Sucks for them they aren't as smart as me, but what can you do? Not my fault they're not making the effort.
Our tour of the facility reaches a huge double door with the security guards bypass using a key card. To sell, find different access route, or steal a key card. And inside is, goddamn, this is like walking into an oven inside a jet engine. Thousands and thousands of computers all in racks, all with their own noisy cooling fans. Hot air flowing through it all as an industrial-grade AC tries to keep it from overheating.
This is one of 3 wings in the building devoted to mining. These computers crank 24/7 minting crypto. Once any part of the rig burns out, we just replace it. Constant uptime, constant, perpetual, unending profit.
Practically need to shout at each other to be heard, draping all of our speech in heavy exclamation marks. But I just mentally filtered this noise out for you. I'll try to focus on that. This has to be expensive.
Nah, I use Smart Agent software to automatically scoop hardware off manufacturer websites before anyone else can get it. Everyone using them for something boring like playing video games is stuck with scalper markup, but not me. I'm being smart. My software buys up new supply in less than a second of being available at retail cost.
Doesn't it take a lot of work for you to constantly install new computers?
Nope, I don't do a lick of work. Work is for other people, not Sir Basler. I contract out minimum wage technicians to do that for me every night.
So there are technicians in here every night. Okay.
The software automatically determines when a miner is close to burning out, orders a replacement, and arranges for it to be replaced.
So it's all AI controlled.
Yeah, my own software, proprietary and state-of-the-art.
So that's our way in then. I hear contented, pleased little purr over my comms. Clearly Gibson is thrilled to hear that. One point of failure to take control of. I feel like that's our inroad, right?
Maybe. Let's try it.
Or do we... Yeah. Here you're employing local workers in your business so they handle replacing dead hardware?
Under strict supervision by security, yes. Escorted in to pull flag miners out of the racks and refill with new units. Simple enough to do.
So I can't just waltz in and steal hardware, but if security weighs me in as part of a workforce... Ready for us to work as management, too.
Nah, they're just making sure nothing gets stolen. Why trust some pathetic wage drone who can't find better work than this?
Possibly an inroad, but I need an indirect style of plan. Stealing miners while at gunpoint isn't happening. If we get out of here, my throat is starting to hurt from all the yelling.
You got it.
Nice it'd be to hang around examining the mining equipment in detail. My ears are practically bleeding, and I gotta get to safe haven. Fancy feast, you get enough?
I've got some ideas, but keep him talking a bit longer. Maybe he'll reveal more.
Tour leads us past a similar mining room, thankfully not exposing ourselves to that oven-like heat and airport-like noise. Until we arrive at Sir Basler's private office, which is very task-focused. Banks of monitors and systems sound isolated from the factory floor. He grins as he flips a monitor around, revealing a minibar just for his own use.
Hey, want some Coke?
I'm assuming you mean soda.
Oh, definitely. I mean, cocaine is so 80s. It's all about nootropics and enriched liquid meal replacements now.
With energy drink in hand, he... Stonks! Stonks, man!
Stonks, man.
He takes his Notaphone and docks it in a cradle, lighting up several monitors with live performance charts.
Is that Pokemon on the bottom left?
Wait! That kind of is, isn't it? What? Or it looks something like it, right? That looks like an RPG. That looks like Pokemon, and like it's not quite lining up, but like that maybe looks like Lavender Town in the lower right corner.
Whose Twitter do you think that is on the top right?
Oh, I don't know. Is that Twitter or is that Blue Sky? They look kind of the same if you squint. Anyway, after making some cursory checks to ensure the facility is still ticking along, he turns back to resume our chat.
So, what do you think, eh? Amazing stuff, right? Just the kind of tech Panda should be investing in. I'm always expanding, always increasing value, growing forever. There's no ceiling on this. The line only goes up. We're taking this to the moon.
It's all very impressive, yes, but I have one concern before we start cutting checks in your name. Where's the innovation?
Excuse me?
You have to make your target a little angry. It's how you provoke a reaction. This facility isn't like other crypto mining facilities across the world. More automated, more efficient, but it's still the same pattern. You're even shoring up against dips by renting your farm out for other purposes. I'd say it's clever, but that's also pretty standard now. It'd grease the wheels on this investment if we knew you had long-term plans once unique to your industry.
No ho, you want the secret sauce, huh?
It's all pretty bland, yeah. I want the spice. The spice must flow.
Well, okay. Only because you and I, we got this bond. We got this understanding.
We're kidnapping the next in line of princes from foreign nations and then ransoming them back.
It's not minting one single type of coin. We mint everything. And notably, we mint new coins we generate ourselves. The AI that I developed automatically generates new blockchains, new types of coins, hypes them up through sponsored deals, sock puppets, spoofed accounts, pushes them right to the moon, and then cashes it all out. Everyone else has the rug pulled out from under them, but who cares?
Wait, so your AI does auto rug pulls for you? What the fuck?
It's all automated. We algorithmically generate cool coins and NFT projects based on trending topics and automatically close them out. And if there's one resource this world has more than enough of, one resource ripe for the harvesting, it's gullibility. That's the real money. Pump it up, get everyone hyped, then dump it.
Literal pump and dump. And this is good that you're swindling so many people?
A swindle or a smart business investment? I say it's the latter. Everything legal is good. That's how the law works. What I do is all above board. There isn't a secret sauce, just the sauce. It's not my fault if others jump in on my coins. I'm allowed to cash out when I want. So could they if they're smart enough. The beauty of crypto is that it's completely unregulated and unrestricted. Everything is valid, nothing is forbidden. Imagine a future where money isn't money, it's a fully end-to-end control chain of absolute power, like more than it already is.
The only thing unrealistic about this is how self-aware he is.
Everybody wins, well, except for the suckers, but who cares, right? It's their own fault for not seeing the bigger picture.
I really hate this particular face in combination with the particular curl of his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm having reactions. Ah, yeah, screw those guys. I want to throw up.
I'm glad you understand. In the end, all that matters is money. The money I can bring to the Panda Investment Group. My Metacoin minting process is one of a kind, and with your support, I can ensure the right palms are greased to keep the wheel turning. So, can I count on your support?
Absolutely. I'll need time to prepare the paperwork and keep everything legal and above board.
I get it, I do. Everything I do is legal, I never skirt the law, it's how I stay in operation. Take your time, have your people call my people, and then they'll ping me on Basler when the deal's done.
Right, that's what it is. This is Basler.
But it's clearly actually
No,
Twitter.
I know, but...
See you around, if you'll excuse me, I got a supermodel to do.
What? As if to emphasize his point, the guards stand at the ready to escort me from the facility. Understood. Have a nice day, Mr. Basler.
Sir Basler, please.
Sir Basler, please. Don't know much about cryptocurrency, but if that was cryptocurrency, the man, I think I'm pretty solidly against it. I depart from the facility back to my ride share, but it won't be the last time I visit this place, because next time I'm going to steal it.
What a perfect asshole. He's found the ideal spot for his operation right on the nexus of lax legislation and exploitable resources. And the poor community's dealing with brownouts because of his power-hungry facility? Fuck them, apparently. Think you see now why I wanted to pilfer his hoard, right?
Yeah, I know. You know how I said you were masked and shouldn't care who you're stealing from? Fuck that, and fuck this dude in particular.
And the suck of it is that Capes can't stop him. He's not lying, everything he's doing is perfectly legal. Which leaves the job to us. Take him out and profit from the process.
I like that. Some high-quality mask shit. Do something that benefits others and yourself. Best of both worlds. Make your dream a reality. Let me present your true henchman of the day. Gibson, Shadow Lord Hellclaw, Larceny.
All hail Shadow Lord Hellclaw and his feline power. You're damn right. I've come up with not one, not two, but 3 possible plans to pick from. Underneath all this fluff and fur is the mind of a genius. I will now reveal the plan. Behold my genius. Behold it, I say.
And behold my amazing chalkboard art talent as I illustrate his plan.
No, we're using my virtual whiteboard software instead. My planning session, my rules.
Aww. Do you know how hard it is?
It's paint.
Oh, I love it. Do you know how hard it is to get good at using chalk?
I hate writing with chalk. I
hate it too, but I also have mad respect for people who have learned how to use it and stick with it because, dang.
I have a thing about dry feelings on my hand. Like corrugated cardboard or like my skin when I haven't moisturized in a couple days or particular types of foam. But chalk does it every time.
The thing I like about
dust.
The thing I like about chalk is that it's just like a little powdery on your fingertips. It's you don't accidentally like get marker on yourself. I still feel really weird about having like marker and paint on my stuff. It's a lot of the reason I don't wear makeup when I don't have to. I just don't like stuff like that on my skin.
I would rather
weird for someone who has a tattoo, but eh.
I would rather dunk both of my hands directly into a paint bucket.
That's so funny. But nah, it's chalk I can just like pop, 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 and it's gone. Anyway,
there's 3 good avenues to getting what you want. Advanced computing power, courtesy of Mega Meta Money.
It's pronounced
I'm not pronouncing it that way. It'd just come out as a purr anyway. Plan 1. Scam the scammers. We hijack his systems to mint new coins for our purposes.
Okay, alright, I'll bite. How?
We steal the key and unlock the loot. The key meaning his not a phone, and the lock being his control room. I noticed he docked his phone after showing off his monitoring stations, a physical connection, not wireless. Meaning we'll need access to both, right?
That's a big assumption.
I think it's a reasonable assumption. He's clearly a control freak, so he has to be able to wrangle the whole thing himself. And we can exploit that to turn it against itself. It'll mint coins for us. Other crypto bros hop in on the fake coin, his systems pump it and dump it, then we take all the money. We can even use his own systems to order a whole pile of hardware for our purposes. We're going to build a wall of computers and Basler's going to pay for it. Oh man, that's going to piss off a lot of crypto fanatics. I'm down for that. Let's do it.
Okay, so I don't like that plan because all of our money in the end doesn't come from Basler.
It comes from the other
innocent
people, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
Hang on, I've got 2 more candidates.
The thing is, like, that doesn't hurt him in any way.
Plan 2, burn it down. Again, we secure the phone in the control room, but then we false flag a bunch of his hardware is dying and in need of replacement. Penny sneaks in with the work crews to ensure the right units get pulled and dumped in the trash. Then we steal their dumpsters.
Right, he mentioned his contractors who handle the swapping out hardware while under heavy guard.
But if the hardware is flagged for removal, the guards can't object. You'd just be doing your job. Not your fault the flags are false.
That's not a bad plan, actually.
I sneak you in as an employee, you dump the hardware, and we take out the garbage.
The only thing that worries me about that is we don't know what happens to their garbage.
Yep.
At the moment. Seeing a whole ass dumpster is kind of an obvious move.
Which is why I'll also shut down the environmental controls. No more cooling. Every remaining miner overheats and dies. Mega meta money go boom. How's that work as a distraction? Enough to make off with the dumpster full of working hardware? That's a spectacular amount of e-waste and aftermath, but it's a good outcome aside from that.
That's the one you object to, Dr. Mayhem. Not the previous one.
There's also my last option. Plan 3, hijack the system. This one's quieter, simpler. What you want is a large amount of computing power, right? We don't need to remove the gear from his network, just connect you to it over the internet. Run your code from the cloud. Basler is smart enough not to be a 100% crypto facility, not when bubbles can pop. It's also a general cloud processing server. We simply run your code using his cloud, and Basler never finds out we're using his facility as a timeshare. Honestly, it'd be nice to have someone else pay for the electricity. Running a dozen computers in this basement is pricey. I'm iffy on using the same loopholes he's using, but if it aids in my research, I don't know, maybe. There's also the quietest of the plans. Sneaky, stealthy, good if you want to maintain a low profile. I would like to avoid anything splashy. Okay.
It's a lot of magic wave-proof hacker shit. Can you seriously do this, Gibson? Sounds vague and unrealistic, like a security expert could point out a lot of logical loopholes here.
Penny, we live in a world where caped heroes fight masked villains and your boss is a mad scientist, and I am a talking cat. Realism went so far out the window that it broke Earth orbit and is headed to Mars.
All right, point taken. I won't worry about this right now.
Now, all of these plans hinge on two things, getting the Notaphone and getting into the facility. To do that, Penny's gonna have to do some breaking and entering and sneaking about.
No problem, Gibbs the tech master, but I'm sure I'm the master thief. I can do that.
Okay, so boss, which plan do you prefer?
And we'll have to find out which plan we prefer
Next time?
Next time! I figure what we'll do next time is we'll go through the next of this caper and we'll go through caper 3. And that should take us close to the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah! I do appreciate the sass in this so far. This is definitely a very silly little time, but I'm enjoying our time with it so far. Also, Penny Larceny is just a great name, it turns out. Anyway, we'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye.
Peace.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.